just going to start this off strong. This is Hawaii's fastest street registered vehicle.
Yes, I guess so.
You guess so or you know so?
That's what I've been told.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what does this run?
It does
On the quarter mile.
950 at a 149.
I have so many questions. What did this start life as?
This started off as a regular 1JZ, and it had a original chassis before we put a 4.9-inch. So I just started off with the 1JZ. It did like 1020s.
What year is this?
This is a 1981 Toyota Corolla.
1981.
Toyota Corolla.
And
What else?
these were rear-wheel drive from the factory.
Yes.
Got it. But and what did it have in it?
It had a
motor-wise?
3T.
3T.
Same kind of engine like Ricky's. I started off building this car for a buddy of mine, and my wife's uncle bought it from him. And then once he bought it, then I did basically rebuild everything. Changed the motor, done the rear end, put a roll cage in it, a wing, changed all the front end on it, all techno toy tuning.
This was built at your house.
Yes, it's all built in one 20 by 20 garage. I basically did every single thing on this swap myself.
I'm assuming you probably had help on was the paint.
Yes, we did have help on the paint and the artworks.
Got it.
Yes.
And this is actually called No Budget.
Yes, he named the car No Budget.
This is street registered,
Yeah.
runs a parachute because you actually need it to stop.
Yes, it does a lot on the top end, which is once you reach 150 miles an hour, you're required to have a parachute to slow down, yes.
So for those of you guys wondering, we're on the big island of the state of Hawaii, and they actually have a drag strip here in Hilo, and it's one of 3 drag strips in the entire state. But of course, the island that has the most population, Oahu, they do not have a drag strip anymore.
No.
And would you say the fastest vehicles in the state run on Big Island?
A lot of them, yes. There is a lot too in Kauai and Maui. So we can't leave those other guys out. You know, they're all right there. And if they're not right there, they're just as fast.
How were you able to, did you have to cut anything to get this to fit in it or anything?
To be honest, I cut it a little on the shifter. The shifter housing on the well for the shifter, it sets back maybe about 1.5 inches.
And is that because it's using the stock transmission?
Yes,
Out
I'm
of-
using
from this motor?
yes, R154 transmission in it. Yeah. So it basically fitted right in. I did do a little rubber hammer to the firewall just for the starter, just to clear it a little. But other than that, there's no cutting.
What is this
Radius
dyno
support.
at?
This car made 740 at 30 pounds boost.
How much does this weigh?
To be honest, I never did scale the car yet. I know the registration is at 1930, and I know the engine is way more heavier. And with the roll cage and the rear end, I'm just rounding it off probably around 2,500.
With you in it?
Yeah, with me in it, I would say.
So then, is this a pretty popular chassis to drag race? I've never even seen a drag Corolla from this generation.
Here in the islands, yes, a lot of us like these, because this is basically the last of the rear-wheel drives for a Toyota Corolla. I think there's up to 86 is the last year that they make rear-wheel drive. So us, you know, Toyota guys and Hawaii people, we love the old school look, so that's why we run this. It's a popularity thing, a lot, you know, everybody's into it.
Yeah, because obviously from this build, it's not a funding thing.
No.
You know, you could build a newer vehicle that potentially could go faster, but that's not the point. This is your style.
Yeah.
And this is what's fun.
Yeah, this is our culture, like in ways, you know. A lot of the locals growing up here, we all into this kind of cars. It brings back our childhood and memories and stuff like that.
It's just such a crazy look. I love that you remove one of the headlights.
Yeah.
To just force air or have a little more easy airflow into the turbo. So then, tell me about the motor setup then.
What a lot of people would like to call it, they call it a 1.5 JZ. It has a 2 JZ bottom end. It has a 1 JZ top end. It's a VVTi model. It's a piston motor, 1 millimeter over valves, GSC cams, 2200 injectors. It has a 6870 precision. It has SMS intake manifold.
So then, is this like a?
Yeah, it's actually for a Ford Mustang.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, which is like the biggest that I could put on this manifold.
So then, what engine management?
I'm running AM Infinity. That's what I run. I have a Tweak Performance plug-and-play harness. So it's so simple. There's no hectic wires on this.
Tell me about this setup right here. This is crazy.
This is a homemade intercooler that I made because fitment issue is a really big deal on this car. This is a beam stripper because the front end is so short from the bumper when I quarter-mile race. It helps on it gives me like maybe a tenth or two on the top, especially if you're racing a big car. Like if I'm racing like a Camaro or anything, they're actually a little bit more longer, their front end than ours. So by legal ways, I could go a little bit longer, but I just decided to stay a little shorter.
Got it.
But yeah, so you can legally go 4 feet from your center of your wheel when you're at the racetrack. So that's part of the rules.
It just makes the track a little shorter.
Yes.
Essentially, because otherwise you would be tripping it
On the tire.
on the tire.
Yeah, or basically like right on the front of the bumper. So right here it will help catch a little quicker. So I like that because when I race, I race mostly with the V8 guys. So there's a lot of those, Firebirds and all those big cars that I race with. So I try to get every little thing I can get out of it.
And then, so rear end wise, what did you have to do to modify it for these drag slicks?
So I had a good buddy of mine's dad. His name is Tate Marks. He had he custom made a 4-link setup on this for me with a Ford 9-inch rear end. It has strange axles. I'm running 373 gearing right now on it, and it has AFCO shocks on the rear. That's pretty much set up. All my links is Techno Toy tuning. So all my suspension besides my rear shocks is made from Techno Toy tuning. Shout out to Wade. Brother Wade out there in California has helped me along the way with all these builds that I have done.
This is what's cool. Like, this is super heavy.
Yeah.
Like all metal, all stock.
Yeah.
Stock dash,
Yeah.
stock carpets, everything, headliner, all of it is still stock.
With some good Recaro seats.
You could lose a lot of weight from the inside of this, huh?
Yes. And believe it or not, I actually have a lot more weight because I put sound detonating in here. So when you shut the door, it's actually quiet.
And then it even has a sound system still.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I just took out the AC. I had AC and power steering, and I had a full sound system in here. But we're really concentrating on dialing in the car and racing it down the track. So I took those stuffs out.
Are you gonna race this weekend?
Not this one, the following weekend I will. At the end of the month, I'm gonna race it on Sunday.
What's your goal for this?
My ultimate goal is to get into at least 890 or quicker, but I'll settle for 890. I believe the car has a whole lot of potential. My suspension is not dialed in. I could do a little bit more power and stuff like that as well.
But it's a stick shift car. It's crazy. Yes. It's got to be so insane for you to just like keep up with the gears.
It's so fun. It's a thrill like no other.
So like when you launch it in first, do you just slam it into second right away?
Basically, I got a split second to reach for second. Yeah.
Does it have any sort of launch control or anything from the AM that you programmed in?
No, the only thing I have is a line lock, and I have my 2-step off my clutch. So there's no switches besides my line lock. That's pretty much it. So I just leave off my 2-step. So I'm still yet figuring out all of that. I have a tuner that helps me, which is on the window you see cars. So that's our tuner that does all my tunes and all my builds. Super awesome guy. Does above and beyond what I could imagine.
And they're local to here.
Yes, he has his own dyno.
That's so cool.
Very, very supportive. And he does convenient tunes.
So let's hear what this thing sounds like.
Yeah.
You let it warm up. I don't want you to break
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
This. It's such an interesting sound coming from this. Oh. You okay? You want to do a little? This thing hooks up too good.
Yeah, the slicks is why.
Dude. Burnout box. This is a legit burnout box. This is the, oh my God. That's crazy. Look, it still has traction. Look, it still cleaned it. Look at this. It dried this completely. Look how dry this is. Look at this line. It dried it up. Oh my God. Too much grip.
It just wants to hook up.
But that's what you built it for.
Yeah.
It just wants to hook up.
Yeah.
It's so funny because look at these lines. Like, look at all the lines on this driveway and look at yours.
Yeah.
Look how neat they are. It's like picking up the dirt.
Yeah,
Right?
it is.
Look, this is my favorite part. Look, you don't need to pressure wash this driveway. You just have to do a launch here and it just cleans it up. Look how clean this is. It's brand new underneath.
Brand new.
Brand new 2003.
Thanks for showing us your build. It's so cool.
Thank you.
Good luck at your next track day. Hopefully you break into 8s.
That'll be.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to support us directly, go to larrychenprints.com. I print and sign every single one of these. This is the perfect gift, or it's the perfect piece of art for your wall.